You know, one of the biggest problems with dog training is there are so many tools. And I believe it, there are so many tools. I know it can be overwhelming. So today I'm going to talk about one tool. Specifically, I'm going to talk about a prong collar. If you're going to use a prong collar, like any tool, most people get to a frustration and so they go to a prong collar to stop their dogs from pulling. I want to teach you how to properly put on a prong collar, what size is right for your dog, and how to teach a dog properly with a prong collar, not just cranking and yanking. The days of the cranking and yanking are over. If you're still doing that, hoy vey. So first things first, the only colors that prong collars that I recommend, because they are not all created equally, are the Hermspringers, and they must be the Hermspringers that are made in Germany. They must be the Hermspringers that are made in Germany. Okay. So these collars are made on a mold versus being cut. They're actually made on a mold, and the ends are a little bit rounded, but much softer than if you get one of the ones that's made in China. Then they're cut at the ends and they're very sharp. We don't want sharp. We want the rounded edge and the better metal that's used for these. With that said, 99% of the dogs who walk through my facility, I don't care if they're 200 pounds or smaller, we use a 2.25 collar. No need for those big, huge collars. More is not more in this case. Bigger is not better in this case. Higher is not closer to God. Every once in a while, if we have a husky, a doodle who has really long hair and it's going to stay long, a Malamute, something like that, not because of the size of the dog, but because of their density of their fur, we will use the collar that's one size up from the 2.25, which is a 3.0. So that would be the one size up. Now, we get our collars from a company called Pawmark. There's a lot of places to get them. You can even get them on Amazon. But if you get them on Amazon, make sure you get a qualified seller. Otherwise, they'll be selling you the cheap shit with stuff with the Hermspringer name on it. And I'm telling you, the Hermspringers from Germany are the only ones to get. So 2.25 or 3.0 if you're dealing with a dog who has really long, really dense fur. German Shepherds don't need this. German Shepherds can still use 2.25. You just have to get extra links. Okay, with that said, when you're fitting your dog with the collar, you want it to fit directly around the neck like this. Not tight, but also not hanging like this. We don't want it around the neck hanging, okay? Hanging, in order to use it, it then has to pop up, and that is not the way we use them. The way we use them is fitted around the neck, highest up. Whatever their training collar is that you're attaching the leash to is going to go first. It's going to go closest to behind the ears. And you want it around just against their neck. Not pushing, not hanging. Okay, just against their neck. That's it. Then there are two rings on it. There's a dead ring here that's fully circled, and then there is the ring that pivots that spins around. I want you to attach the leash to the ring that spins around. I think somebody said it's called a D ring. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, whatever, it's the one that spins. This one doesn't spin. So if you attach the ring here, you're going to get your collar all mixed up. The next thing you want to do is we do not slip this over our dogs' heads. I will say when I started using these probably about 10 or 12 years ago, I did not know how to put one on. So everybody has to learn at some point. So putting this on, one of the keys to this, and these are kind of tricks that I found over the years, don't remove the prong that's at the very end here on either side. They tend to weaken. So remove one that's in the middle. So when you remove it, you're going to squeeze and push all at the same time. So I'm going to push up and squeeze at the top. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see. So, and kind of wiggle them apart. So squeezing these and putting them in. Now, Hermspringer does sell ones that have a clip on them. I don't recommend that. We've had problems with them in the past where they unhook. So if you do end up going to Pawmark, they will sell you for like $5 extra. That's it. They created these clips on theirs and they make them in-house. And if you have dexterity problems, arthritis, anything with your hands, or you just quite simply, it's hard for you to do, get one of these with the clips. Again, find a good manufacturer. There's a lot of good manufacturers. There's a lot of good companies here in the US who make these in-house. Find one of those. Again, I'm not a fan of the ones that Herm Springer sells because I've had them come apart at different times. Okay, so 2.25 with a buckle, and then the buckle comes around. If it has a buckle or doesn't, if it has a buckle, you're going to put the buckle on the lower part of the neck here. It's got the dead spot here, so the lower part of the neck, and then this is at the upper. When you attach it to your dog, it should have a V. It should be like this. This is what it should look like at the top. Okay, it shouldn't look like this at the top. This means it's too tight. Too tight. Okay, so this means if it's on your dog around its neck and it has this V look like this, then you have it probably fitted. That's probably too much. Probably fitted properly. Okay, you want it around the neck, but not just a little V. Okay, doesn't matter which size, that's the same fitting. You don't want it snug, but you also don't want it too tight. You want it snug, but not too tight. Okay, I hope this helps. I hope this helps kind of figure out a little bit about using a prong collar. Our goal here is to teach pressure with the prong collar. I will make a video next on that and how we teach pressure on, but I hope this helps. If you do get one, make sure you go slow and you fit everything properly.